हेलो फ्रेंड्स, दिस इज़ डॉक्टर रवि सैनी। आज हम फंजाई किंगडम के जो डिफरेंट क्लासेस हैं उनके बारे में डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं। जो फर्स्ट जो है दैट इज़ फाइकोमाइसिटीज। सो मेंबर्स ऑफ फाइकोमाइसिटीज आर फाउंड इन एक्वेटिक हैबिटेट्स एंड ऑन डिकेइंग वुड इन मॉइस्ट एंड डैम्प प्लेसेस और एज ऑब्लिगेट पैरासाइट्स ऑन प्लांट्स। सो बेसिकली हम जानते हैं कि जो फंजाई हैं वो जो एक्वेटिक हैबिटेट्स हैं उनमें प्रेजेंट होते हैं, स्पेशली जो मॉइस्ट वुड है or some damp places, and they are also present on plants as a parasite. The mycelium is aseptate and sinusoidal. So this one is the most important line from exam point of view. The mycelium is aseptate and sinusoidic. So हमने पहले डिस्कशन किया था, aseptate means इसमें जो बीच में डिविजन्स नहीं है जो माइसीलियम है, और जो इसमें जो न्यूक्लियाई हैं they are present without having a partition. That is a condition of multinuclei stage, that is called sinusoidic stage. Asexual reproduction takes place by zoospores if they are motile, or by aplanospores if they are non-motile. These spores are endogenously produced in sporangium. A zygospore is formed by fusion of two gametes. These gametes are similar in morphology, then they are called isogamous, or if they are dissimilar then they are anisogamous or oogamous. Some common examples are mucor, rhizopus, which is also called the bread mold, and albugo, that is the parasitic fungi on mustard. Now come to the ascomycetes. So it is commonly known as sac fungi. The ascomycetes are mostly multicellular. The commonest example is penicillium, and if they are unicellular तो उस केस में जो example है, common example, that is yeast, that is Saccharomyces. So ascus जो है इसका मतलब भी like sac like structure होता है, that's why this class is called ascomycetes, and so they are commonly known as sac fungi, है ना। इसके जो common examples हमने देखे that is penicillium, और जो unicellular जो example है that is yeast. They are saprophytic, decomposers, parasitic, or coprophilous. Coprophilous means they are growing in on dung. Mycelium is branched and septate. जो previous जो हमारा example था उसमें फाइकोमाइसिटीज में जो mycelium जो था that was aseptate, and जो sinusoidic condition थी multiple nuclei in single cytoplasm. Now the asexual spores are conidia produced exogenously on the mycelium called conidiophores. जो asexual spores हैं they are produced exogenously on the special mycelium that is called conidiophores. Conidia on germination produce mycelium. So जो conidia हैं वो again they form mycelium. Sexual spores are called ascospores, which are produced endogenously in sac-like asci, that is singular. In case of singular it is ascus, and if it is multiple then it is asci. These asci are arranged in different types of fruiting bodies called ascocarps. Some examples are aspergillus, claviceps, and neurospora. Neurospora is used extensively in biochemical and genetic work. That is important question for exam point of view. Many members like morels and truffles are edible and are considered delicacies. So next class is basidiomycetes. So commonly known forms of basidiomycetes are mushrooms, bracket fungi, and puffballs. They grow in soil, on logs and tree stumps, and in living plant bodies as parasites. The common examples are rust and smuts. The mycelium is branched and septate. The asexual spores are generally not found, but vegetative reproduction by fragmentation is common. So यहाँ पे जो vegetative reproduction है that would be completed by fragmentation, like fragments जो है फिर वो individual अपना organism बनाते हैं ना. The sex organs are absent, but plasmogamy is brought about by fusion of two vegetative or somatic cells of different strains or genotypes. So typical जो है sex organs यहाँ पे absent है, but plasmogamy means जो two different वेजिटेटिव और सोमेटिक सेल्स जो हैं डिफरेंट स्ट्रेन्स की और जीनोटाइप्स की, दे गॉट फ्यूज्ड and that is called plasmogamy, and the resultant structure is dikaryotic, which ultimately gives rise to basidium. Karyogamy and meiosis take place in the basidium, producing 4 basidiospores. The basidiospores are exogenously produced on the basidium, and the plural is basidia. The basidia are arranged in fruiting bodies called basidiocarps. Some common members are agaricus, that is mushroom, astilago, that is smut, and puccinia, that is rust fungus. So these are the important examples of basidiomycetes. Now come to the next class, that is deuteromycetes, commonly known as imperfect fungi because only the asexual or vegetative phase of these fungi are known. So basically इनको हम imperfect fungi भी बोलते हैं because इनका जो asexual और vegetative phase है वही अभी तक known है. When the sexual forms of these fungi were discovered, they were moved into the classes they rightly belong to. It is also possible that the asexual and vegetative stages have been given one name placed under deuteromycetes, and the sexual stage another placed under another class. Later, when the linkages were established, the fungi were correctly identified and moved out of the deuteromycetes. So basically यहाँ पे जो sexual forms जो discover भी हुए, so but they moved out of the deuteromycetes and put it into the other classes because of the other characters. जैसे example once perfect sexual stages of members of deuteromycetes were discovered, they were often moved to ascomycetes and basidiomycetes. So in most of the cases जब इनके sexual stages जो find out किए गए, but they moved into the ascomycetes and basidiomycetes. The deuteromycetes reproduce only by asexual spores, that is known as conidia. इनमें जो reproduction है वो asexual spores से होता है जिन्हें हम conidia बोलते हैं. The mycelium is aseptate and branched. जो mycelium है वो separate है और branched है. Some members are saprophytes or parasites, while a large number of them are decomposers of litter and help in mineral cycling. So mostly जो इस ग्रुप में जो fungi हैं they are decomposers and help in mineral cycling. Some examples are Alternaria, Coleotrichum and Trichoderma.